Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Streamcast. I'm your host, Sloppy Toppy, which I guess I need to explain because it's kind of a weird name, and I'm like awkwardly sitting on my bed right now, so it doesn't really help. I mean, especially with the current situation going on. But I'm a Rob main in Smash Ultimate, and he shoots out his gyro, or what some people like to call a top. I shoot it out sloppily, and that's why my name is Sloppy Toppy.
Sloppy Toppy, Loki going ham. They're playing friendlies right now. I was watching. He knows some Rob stuff.
Does he actually?
I think so.
I mean, he's seeded decently, right?
Yeah, I think he's the third seed with Clay and Danny.
I always hear his name during roll call, and it gets a laugh from the crowd. So.
Has nothing to do with fellatio, although that is a common misconception. That being said, this channel is going to primarily revolve around Smash Bros. Content. And I'd really appreciate if you watch the whole video, but right now I'm going to come up with some time codes of when I start talking about certain things, and that will also be in the description down below. So let's get started. So, Sloppy Toppy, what is a Streamcast? Pretty much it's an idea that I came up with that mixes the concept of a gaming stream and a video podcast. I thought of this idea when I was thinking about getting into content creation, and I was researching all the restrictions that Twitch.com had, because at first I was like thinking about streaming, and I'm just going to go through some of the things that I found on their platform, that I just didn't vibe with at all. The first is you always have to be streaming. That's like a huge negative for me, because I personally believe that video games, even in terms of content creation, really are simply a conduit for human interaction instead of the sole focus of the content. I don't think that it's a supplement for human interaction, which I'm going to go into a lot deeper later in the video, but pretty much what it is like, I'm usually going to be playing a game when I'm talking, on the podcast. But if things get a little heavier, or if I just like want to change up the format a little bit, I think it's nice to have the option not to play. And here's like a real world example of like how kind of screwed up this Twitch restriction is. I don't know if you guys know who Alexandra Botez is. She is a top chess streamer, and I was watching this video that she made the other day. It just popped up onto my YouTube feed just because I watched a good amount of chess videos, and it was her on her stream, on her Twitch stream, and she was explaining about how she was sexually assaulted by a fellow chess player. Didn't name any names, but she was just pretty much telling her story of how she was sexually assaulted when she was 14, and it was like a screen recording of the Twitch stream, and literally because of that rule, when she's like being like super open and honest about this thing, she still had to stream chess. She wasn't playing, but she had to stream somebody else's like game just to be allowed to be like to stay on Twitch, which I just think is like super unnecessary, and I think it's kind of disrespectful to people.
Yes, I was 14 and he was around my age now. And again, this is not the first time. No, I mean, this was the first time something like that happened, but it wasn't the last time when I was like 14, 15, or 16 where people would try to go for things like that. And the point is, like I made it back after that. Nothing more than that happened. I'm not sharing any names. That's not the point of this. The point is a lot of people knew, and nothing happened. Nobody really said anything other than kind of finding it funny.
There's just a lot of restrictions like that. I mean, another thing that kind of sucks about Twitch is it's very clear that once somebody becomes popular, the chat system just becomes super degenerate. It's filled with tons of spam, really impossible for people to respond to fans. And although like the YouTube comment system, isn't much better, at least it has some safeguards against spam, and it also, I think that there's a lot of like channels that aren't really that responsive to YouTube comments, but like a big part of this whole thing that I'm trying to set up is like I'm going to be responding to pretty much every comment is kind of where I'm going with this. And a lot of people, when they're thinking about content creation for Smash, for example, they're always the most common thing that's going on right now is that people are streaming and then having somebody else edit their stream into highlights, posting it on YouTube. And that just really, I mean, that's a great idea, like from a business perspective, because you just get like double the money and you can just like do no work and just have like an editor, just hire an editor to like take clips from your stream and then just upload them to your YouTube. But I think it's just kind of a lazy route, and I think that you can't really personalize content in order to like, you know, really connect with an audience. And you know, when you spend all your time streaming, what kind of person is going to want to respond to a bunch of YouTube comments? I think that for me, it's just not something that I'm interested in. And maybe you kind of agree that the way that the Smash content has become less and less personalized and, you know, a lot less community based than it used to be as it gets more popular. You know, maybe you see that as a problem and you understand, you know, where I'm coming from here. So I want each and every one of my videos to, you know, be made from the ground up with a foundation of my ideas that are also filled and structured by my audience's preferences. And I'll get into some of the ideas I have regarding my content and, you know, audience interaction methods towards the end of the video. But first, why me? Like, why would you want to listen to a guy about Smash Bros. Who's not even top 10 in his tiny region, San Luis Obispo, Central Coast, California? Keep this in mind as we talk about the current environment of the Smash community. So we were talking about sexual assault in the chess community. A lot of it has just been coming out with the gaming community in general, but if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have already heard the Smash community is in shambles right now due to substantiated sexual assault allegations from some of the top people in the scene, pretty much most of the top people, and it's left a void, you know, not only in the hearts of you know, everybody's part of this community, but it's also, there's a big void in content creation. I mean, the #1 Smash YouTuber and probably the best player of all time in overall in like all the games, Zero. He's just gone. Straight Gonzo. Straight Gonzalo. The #1 Smash streamer, Nairo, straight out of here. I mean, apparently not that straight, but out of here nonetheless. The top channel for Smash tutorials, Pro Guides, they just lost their main personality, Kataro. And J-Tails, who was the best player in my region, was the first Smash tuber I ever watched back in 2013. He's, you know, known for the character guides he used to make. He's gone, and I'm not gonna make like a wordplay joke there because I know J-Tails personally. But if I did make one, it'd probably be like, I don't know, about chasing tail and an underage girl. I don't know. Anyway, look, I completely understand the severity of the situation. I'm really just making jokes about this. It's like a coping mechanism because I've looked up to J-Tails and Zero for like 7 years now, and I just feel super betrayed. Obviously, there's a multitude of reasons that led to the unrestrained sexual misconduct that has just been rampant throughout the community. Most of which has already been addressed by people that are, you know, more ingrained in the community than I am. So I'm not going to like go over those things. But there's something that people are missing here. Top players just aren't really normal people. And it kind of goes like this. Like I call it the paradox of specificity. We revere top players because they're very good at one specific thing, even when it's generally accepted that it's overall healthier to be a well-rounded person. Time is finite, and top players are going to, you know, they've used a lot more of their time to play Smash than a normal person has. And, you know, Smash is just one of the many things I love, and I'm attempting to make a channel here that can introduce other people to the Smash community while introducing people in the Smash community to other things. Look, I'm not saying that top players are inherently weirdos, but when their lives have revolved around a video game completely, like from a very young age, it's just not too surprising that certain aspects of self-growth and character building have just been glossed over. Most Smash viewers and players, on the other hand, tend to be normal people, and you know, I do see the appeal of watching content from players who are the best at what they do, but the lack of a grassroots Smash channel, like the one that I'm trying to build right now, I believe has allowed for the social barrier between top players and their fans to be so opaque that their sexual abuse just flew right under the radar. None of us can sense it. And what do I mean by grassroots, right? What I mean is I want my content to be extremely accessible to the point that not only will everyone in my audience have a voice of their own that I will hear and everyone else will hear, but the content I'll be creating is going to cater to people at every skill level, as well as people that just don't play Smash. So thus introducing more normal people to the community while allowing for our members to have an outlet to talk about their experiences or problems or even abuses within the community. Just something like an open forum with a side of dank-ass content creation. So just to help you guys visualize this, I'm going to give you an example of an outlet that I'm talking about. This is going to be commonplace on the channel. It's going to be a series. It's going to be interviews with random people in the community. So when I mean random, I mean like just, I'm going to do in the description of this video, I'm going to put a Google Sheets thing where you just type in your email, and within 3 or 4 days, I'm going to randomize it, choose a person, and as long as you get back to me during that day, we're going to set up a time, play some Smash. It'll be like a long format interview while we're playing, you know, just talk about whatever you want to talk about, and you know, I want to give people a voice, no matter who they are. So that's going to be the first episode of the Streamcast. I'm going to tell you more about the other video series I have planned in just a minute, but let's take a break, and here's a little montage of me sloppying people's toppies in Smash Ultimate. enjoyed that, and I hope you guys enjoyed the music. That's actually a song from my friends Shiva and Enod's band, West Park. You can look them up. Just West Park, no space, Spotify, Apple Music. Definitely check them out. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at the game, so it's not like watching a kindergartner play. It's more like watching like MKLeo if he was a kindergartner. So I want to wrap this up as quickly as I can. Thanks for sticking with me here. So I want to tell you some of the video series that you can expect from this Streamcast. One of the things I'm planning on doing is teaching one of my friends how to play Smash in a long form video that will help people who are new to the game. It's going to be a series called Streamcast Training Sessions, and it's going to be split up into different sections, focusing on different parts of the game, neutral, disadvantage, advantage, that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be teaching my friend Kendra, who's already very naturally good at the game, does not have a lot of, like, pretty much no experience in Ultimate, but played, like, Melee back when she was a kid and Brawl. Super good, a lot of personality. We always have, like, the best banter. And down the road, I'm also gonna, if you guys message me, I'm down to do specific lessons with specific people about specific parts of the game, teach people some stuff, and I don't want to like monetize it like the whole pro guides thing where everybody like, I want to give a lesson to someone, and I want other people to learn from it. So that's one of the things, the training sessions. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is just called Smash with the Homies. Just pretty much the same thing, except it's not a training session. It's just me and my friends talking about stuff that we like while we're playing, having a good time. And it's going to be a lot less Smash oriented. I mean, we're going to be playing Smash the whole time, but it's going to be a lot less Smash oriented than like all these like streaming highlights you see, because they have to talk about the game. Like that's kind of like the way that it works, and I'm really trying to diversify from that. And then another one of the video series I want to do is just, it's going to be all non-Smash stuff. I'm just going to call it stuff that I like to do. And pretty much I'm just going to be posting like long in-depth videos about stuff like, I don't know, travel tips, talk about the places that I've been, videos about college, my experience in college. I'm a fifth year technically now. Story time. That's one of the things I miss from Zero's videos now that, he's not a registered sex offender, but 100% a sex offender. Gonna do stuff about, I'm really good at making cocktails, so I do that. I can teach you guys how to do that. I don't know. Photography, astrophotography, videography. Once the channel gets into its groove, I'll be posting links to polls on all of my videos, so that the audience can like have a say in like what I'm gonna post next. But as of now, just sign up in the description so that you can win an interview and Smash session with me. The next video will be up within a week of today if all things go correctly, and I just want to thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me. This community means a lot to me, and I can't wait to do my best so that I can mean a lot to the community. So any bit of exposure is appreciated, because I want to be able to warrant putting as much effort as I want to into this, and just send this video to a couple of your homies, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much. Sloppy Toppy, outie.